Number of congressional speakers because we want to hear from the private sector too. And we start off with kind of these speakers are all from the A list of groups that are supporting the repeal of the ban on crude oil exports. We'll start first with Jack Gerard, who is the president and CEO of the American Petroleum Institute.
Well, thank you, Congressman Barton and Congressman Cuellar and others, bipartisan supporters of this very needed, worthy effort. Let me say, as we reflect more generally, we're at a unique time in our nation's energy history. And that unique time has given us an opportunity to experience an American energy renaissance that few of us would have predicted just a few short years ago. But we've come to the point where we have a limitation on our ability to continue to grow this renaissance, to create good-paying jobs, to help stimulate our domestic economy. And that is the limitation we have on seeking broader markets, particularly outside the United States, with the limitation we have on exporting crude. So today there are few public policy changes that would bring as much economic value to our domestic economy as lifting the ban on crude exports. It brings new job creation, it brings an improved trade imbalance, energy security as mentioned earlier, but perhaps one of the most important things we haven't heard yet today is a reduction in the cost of gasoline to all American consumers. This is a big deal. It's a unique opportunity. We thank those who are here today and others who will join us on a bipartisan basis to look at this from the American perspective, an American advantage, if you will, to create jobs to move this American energy renaissance forward. So we thank you for the opportunity to participate and to support your efforts today.
Thanks, Jack. Thank you, Jack. We're going to introduce our next speaker. I'll tell you a quick funny story. I live in a small town south of Dallas called Ennis, Texas. About a month ago, about 8:30 in the morning, my phone rang right by my bed, and I picked it up, and there was a recorded voice that says, "If you support American energy independence, you should call Congressman Joe Barton and ask him to support H.R. 702 that would repeal the crude oil export ban on crude. This is Jack Gerard of the American Petroleum Institute." And I was stunned, Jack.
Who is this?
So I called my office, it gave the number, and told them to put me on the bill. And my staff was a little bit nonplussed, but they said, "Well, Congressman, you're already on the bill. You're the sponsor." And I said, "I was just seeing if y'all were paying attention." We're now going to hear from Karen Harbert, who is the president and CEO of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Institute for 21st Century Energy. So she's representing the Chamber of Commerce, which is lots and lots of small businesses in the United States.
Thank you, Congressman Barton, and thank you to all the co-sponsors for moving on this very important issue for the American economy, the American consumer, and the American family. I'm not sure if all of you know that over the course of America's most recent economic downturn or recession, the development of these new resources added 2 million jobs to the American economy, good, high-paying jobs, and saved the American consumer, the American private sector, the American family a lot of money by keeping electricity prices low and by keeping gasoline prices low. That's a competitive advantage that we currently enjoy, but we could be enjoying more. If we lift this oil export ban, which is a relic of the 70s, we could add close to 400,000 jobs every year. And we could generate $1 trillion worth of new revenue, exactly $1.3 trillion of new government revenue, which I know the Congress will thoughtfully invest. This is a really important thing for the American consumer. We're looking at the revitalization of communities all across America on the back of America's energy revolution. We have to let that continue. Communities in Ohio and Pennsylvania and North Dakota, but in all 50 states now we have documentation that is benefiting every single one of our 50 states, and we need to let that continue. So by lifting this ban, we will enjoy a continued economic advantage, a national security advantage, we will lower our trade imbalance, and we will truly become an energy superpower. That is within our reach, but we have to repeal this relic of the 70s. So on behalf of the American business community, the American consumer, we hope this passes very, very quickly. Thank you all very much.